Twisted Tales.
Twisted Tales, Twisted Tales, hell, blood and bones and unknown trails. Twisted Tales, hell, truth got teeth and drags their nails. Urban riding, back road sins, dead men talking through the wind. Cursed objects kill alone. Once you hear it, you want more. No fairy dust, no happy end, just how the nightmare really went. Turn it up, don't ask why. This ain't stories, this is true to life. Twisted Tales.
Hey everybody, it's Jeremy, and welcome to another special edition of Twisted Tales. Tonight, I don't have just one, but two special guests. But first thing I want to do, I want to introduce to you my special guest co-host. She is a co-host of Paranormal Unveiled, along with my good friend Nate Ewell, as well as she's been on Monster Quest as well. Ms. Gwen Johns, come on and join us up.
Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for letting me be your co-host tonight.
Oh, you know what? This is a special occasion, and you helped put all this together, and I thought that was just perfect that you were actually here to join in on the conversation. So without further ado, I think that they waited long enough. Our two special guests this evening. She has been on the show previously. She is an amazing woman and a co-founder of Spirits of New England, Miss Ellen MacNeil, and her cohort, Mr. Jack Kenna. Please come on in. Good evening, guys. How are you today?
Hi there. Hi, everybody.
How's everybody?
Hey, how you doing? So, Jack, Ellen, thank you both for coming on the show. Ellen, it's great to have you back for a second time. And Jack, it's an honor and a privilege to have you on this evening. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on and talk to us this evening.
The honor and privilege is all mine.
Jeremy, you're the only person I would give up an evening with Josh Gates for.
And I appreciate that.
I'm sorry, Josh. I'm cheating on you tonight, but
it is what it is, right?
I got my guys here.
Jack, I wanted to get into it real quick with you before we get all the stuff going on with the two of you. For those of us who don't know the history behind you, how did you first get involved in the paranormal?
Well, I want to go way back. It was my mother.
Oh, wow.
My mother had all kinds of experiences.
Hey, Danny.
We were kids growing up. She used to tell me all about her experiences, and I started having, I had my own. I would tell her about that.
In my Lord.
I started way back then.
I love you.
Started way back then. So,
oh, wow.
And then I met this lady at.
Oh, me. Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah. Who else? Yeah. Yeah. Where did we meet, Ellen?
Oh, I told him the story about the bird flying into the car.
That's right. Stand on a porch with Jason Hawes, and this car pulls up, and Ellen steps out of the back covered in blood. Like,
wow,
this
that's
is a good start. It's
and
good.
feathers.
Yeah. That fits her.
Feathers.
Yeah, and feathers. Blood and feathers.
Feathers everywhere.
Wow, that's insane.
Beaks, eyelids, feathers.
But I was not surprised.
So, Jack, you said you got involved really early on in the paranormal when you were young. Could you tell us about your first paranormal experience? I always ask that of all my guests. So.
I can't remember. I had quite a few. But I can tell you,
heavy ones.
Yeah, the worst
thing
I had actually. Yeah, the worst one I had got me out of the paranormal. I left it.
Oh wow!
I was 17. I had an experience with a demonic that I could. I don't know if you want to say I was in a dream state or whatever. But anyways. I felt like I was at an out-of-body experience because I was floating out of my body. I couldn't wake up, and I felt this thing coming for me. And I actually could see it at one point, and it was... If you ever saw the show that... oh, my God. What's his name? Did the Demon House?
Yes.
Where he showed that demon with the horns. And that's exactly what I saw. He saw in his dream exactly what I saw. And then I heard that thing scream, and then I hear this other voice, either male or female, that goes, "It's okay, you're going to be okay, you have things to do." And then I just jumped up, and it was like, screw this shit.
Wow.
I get involved with none of this paranormal shit. No, because we like, I think it was around Halloween time, and we had gone to Troy Cemetery or whatever as kids and stuff, and so it was shortly after that, maybe a couple weeks after that happened. But anyway, it's on one of the shows. I know it's on one of the shows. I told that. But yeah, I got away from everything. I didn't get back into it till I saw Ghost Hunters on TV for the first time, and I forgot. I had totally forgotten about that experience, even up to that point where I got back onto watching Ghost Hunters, and then met Ellen and her group on the what was the chat room? Ellen?
Beyond Reality.
Beyond Reality Forum. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
Jason and Grant had the.
Yeah. So we met all on that, and I met them at one of the events with those guys one time, and then it wasn't until many years later when the Demon House came out, and I watched it, and I saw that thing, and I had to shut the TV off. It freaked the shit out of me. Pardon my French.
No, it's okay. Trust me. The swear is
That's why
just
we have
as
this.
she put the
Yeah,
disclaimer
I'm just saying. I try not
That's
to.
why we have that.
But
It's okay.
but yeah, it freaked the heck out of me, and I shut the show off. And it wasn't for a week later I went back and watched it again. And then that same week, after I watched it and I remembered everything, is when Our House Media called me and said, "We want you to tell your origin story." I'm like, good thing you called now, because I just remembered it. Things happen for a reason, right?
It does.
Well,
Strange how they
absolutely.
happen. But that was, probably, how long was that show? 8 years ago now that I did that show, or 6 years ago? I can't remember. But it's still out there. It's on Discovery Plus, and I think it's on Roku channel now too. All those shows. So yeah, so you can find it. I think it was my worst nightmare or something like that. I can't remember.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's the name of the show. I think that was the name of it. Or my paranormal nightmare. That's what it was.
Oh, the Paranormal Nightmare?
I think that was it. Because I did 2 shows that had a very similar name.
Right.
And one was not Our House Media. It was another company. And boy, that was a tough show to interview for, because it was all about psychological stuff, really. And that was tough.
Ready for us, game.
8 hours of being interviewed up in Canada.
8 hours.
Straight. Yeah.
Was that an interview or was that an interrogation?
No, it was an interrogation, I guess.
It
Yeah.
sounds like.
But I was one of the few people who could do it.
That's,
Me and Michelle
impressive.
Durocher, we were able to do it. And then they had a few paranormal people they brought in that didn't really understand what was being talked about. And they got mad and walked out of the interviews. So, yeah.
Wow.
It was tough, though. I got to admit, it was tough. It was tough.
Wow. So instead of listening to you,
But we got it done. Yeah, Michelle and I got it done. And I know you can still see that show. I think that's on the Roku channel now. I
okay.
think that one's on there too.
I think it's on Tubi also. I may be
It
wrong.
might be. Yeah, Tubi does a lot of stuff now too,
They
right?
do.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it could be on there.
I tried to write it all down, what you had done, Jack, and I was like, no. It's just too
Maybe
much.
I got to go to IMDb to find out what I did.
Yeah, definitely a lot to write down. That's for sure.
Yeah. It was on a lot of shows. They
He
did a
is
lot
a
of
Para
shows.
stud.
Yeah.
Para stud. That's it.
Stud,
There you
Yeah. Stud is something you drive into a wall, right?
No, that's a Para screw.
Won't go there.
Was that disclaimer? Yeah, okay.
It was up for a while. We good.
Yeah.
I know it. I was like, I don't remember that last when I was on before. Yeah, personally.
We did a lot of shows. Yeah, we did quite a few. Because I
Yeah,
think
I could
we interviewed really well. So we were some of the best interviewers they had. So they kept calling us back. So,
You were. I watched a lot of them actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I watched them all, but I have, and you do really well.
Like I Ellen to hold up a flame in her hand in one show.
Oh my God. When I was
Was it
sitting
this
in,
way or this way? I can't remember. This way or this way? I can't remember.
I always talk with my hands, and I was sitting in front of the fireplace being interviewed, and I had my hand up, and it looked like I had a flame in my hand, and
I see
I
the
got
picture,
so
yeah.
much crap about that. Hey, hot stuff.
She's a
Yeah.
fire starter. Yeah.
It was funny.
It's hilarious. It's good though. It's a good one though. Yeah, we had a lot of good times. We had a lot of good times doing the
We
show.
had that.
We made the crews laugh. You know,
Oh God, we had the
Mm.
crews dying.
they're not supposed to.
Oh, come on, you gotta have fun.
Oh,
Well,
I
they're
know.
on a schedule, so they got a schedule they got to meet. You know, so their production companies are tough too. They really are. But we did get to have some fun with them.
No, before we started the show tonight, we were talking about those were the good shows. Those are the shows you could relate to. That it wasn't like, "Hi, I'm Ellen. I'm wonderful. Look at my ego. Oh my goodness, you must worship me." It's like, screw off. This is we did these shows, and I loved the shows because they didn't say, "Now you say demon every other word because that's what sells." I'm not selling anything, honey. I'm telling you what happened with these clients.
Yeah,
We
they would try to
are
get you to use that
sharing
word, but
our
we
client
just wouldn't.
experiences.
Yeah.
We're not making up crap.
No, we never did.
If you want drama and if you want people to lie about what happened, we're not the right people for your show.
Yeah. And they never.
Everybody
always
loves the
worked with
D
us.
word, you know.
Yeah, well,
Oh my
they always worked
God.
with us. So I'm like, look, it wasn't that, and I'm not going to say it because you'll edit it in. So, but I could tell you this was a negative entity, or it was this, or it was that. And some of the best episodes they had were stuff that didn't revolve around anything demonic.
No.
Yeah.
I think one of the best shows on Haunted Case Files was the one with the spirit that we helped, who was basically raped by her father. What we got out of that, and then she had a baby, and they took the baby away.
Wow.
That was what was that house, Ellen? That was in Massachusetts.
I'm old. I don't remember.
It's still. I mean, it's still there. It's a historic.
Yeah, it's just.
It was built before the Revolutionary War. The family had lived there and everything else, and they were actually involved with the British government and stuff. So they were Tories. So
Hey, Nathan.
But anyway, so that was one of the better episodes they had, and it had nothing to do with anything demonic.
Did you help her cross over?
No. Well, she got to tell her story.
Oh, wow.
Because the place that we did it for didn't want us talking about it, really. I don't know if they believed it or not, but I did the research, and I found actual research on it that proved that happened. And they really didn't want us talking about it, but the show did it anyway. And I'm like, you sure? He said, yeah, we're going to do it anyway. We don't care. We haven't heard back from them. We're going to do it anyway. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
I said, I'm not going to get sued. I mean, nope. We'll take care of that if that happens. It didn't happen. But, so they had me interview for it, and she came out while I was talking.
Wow.
Through me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I actually broke down at one point, and they were like, they're all just, the crew's sitting there just staring at me like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I don't think I am. And because when we were there at that place, I told her, I said, look, when we get the chance, we're going to tell your story no matter what. We'll get your story out there for you. So maybe when she finally did get to do that, because I think she stuck around me because of that, waiting for that opportunity. I don't know how spirit world works. None of us really do. But she came out, because I knew it wasn't me talking at one point. I was like, because it all just spilled out of everything. And they're like, they were in shock. I'm in shock. I'm crying, actually. And if you listen to the audio, you can hear me. You can hear it in my voice. Because they didn't show it. Out of respect, they didn't show me doing that. But they played the audio behind some other video they were playing. So, about what was going on. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, that was a very interesting episode. I just can't remember the name. I know it's over in Boston. I just can't remember the name of the damn place. Probably not supposed to remember.
But you've been to so many different places.
When we do investigations, Jack is not aggressive. He's not threatening. He's not demanding and everything. He's like,
No.
I'm here. We want to help you. Please. You could talk to us about anything. You can, we're here for you.
Right.
We want to help you.
Yeah.
And
Approach it like a psychologist. Psychiatrist.
and when somebody tortured feels so threatened, and you get somebody like one of our people that I won't mention that it's on TV, who is very aggressive and very, demanding. It's like,
occasionally that can work in some cases.
Screw you, buddy.
But it doesn't. It's not consistent.
Trust you.
It doesn't work in every single case. And if you take the other approach, it does work in every single case.
Respect works both ways.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes going back 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Before they'll really start to open up to you. Well, think of it like getting to know somebody.
Excuse me.
Everybody getting to know a person. They're not going to just usually spill everything out to you right away, right? You got to get to know you first, right?
Sometimes you got to build a rapport with the spirits, right?
Yeah, you got to get comfortable with it. This is what I teach. I teach classes and stuff, and I think we mentioned that a little bit. But this is what I teach. Part of what I teach in my classes.
Yeah. So getting into the classes thing, because I know that you do teach a few classes. Could you talk about your was it I wrote the thing down trying to see where
I love you, Lauren.
Is it like Paranormal 101, like teaching how to build a better team? I think is around the. I think that's what I saw when I was looking up different stuff.
Yeah, that's also the book to paranormal research. Building better, something like that. Building better teams, something like that. So that's what I start off with the 101. I basically get them together as a team.
Yeah.
Or if I have like, I'll take up to 16 students. So if I get 16, I'll break them into 2 teams. It's not a competition. I always remind them, it's not a competition. It's just I don't want 16 people on one team. I wanted to have each had to have the experience of whoever wants to be a team leader can be a team leader, and then an assistant, and then a tech person, and go through the whole spiel. And who's responsible for what. We teach them, we get them to get together before classes and learn how to work together and get to know each other. And then they investigate together towards the end. They do one investigation together. When they got to come back, they got to review all the stuff they found, and then they got to come back and present it to us.
So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. It's right now I've kind of turned my 101 class over to my protege, Stacy Hawkins, who's teaching it tonight, as a matter of fact. Otherwise I wouldn't be here. Because class is still actually class just ended at 9:30. So how
long have you been teaching the Paranormal 101 class? How long has that been going on?
2018 was the very first class.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then the next year I started an advanced paranormal class. I started that in 2019, so I had the 2 classes.
Hey, Jason!
And then 3 years ago now, I think I started a psychic abilities course because people were bugging me for my class.
Hey, Bob!
All the people I've been teaching were bugging me for that. How do I connect with my psychic ability? Okay, I'll teach you what I was taught. So that's what I teach you, what I was taught, which is a lot of it's meditation and connecting with your
Jason, you ready for Sunday?
Spiritual self. So and so a lot of it, that's what I was taught. Meditate. And then when you go out of the location, sit and meditate and see what comes through. Right. So you're basically both focusing on, I was taught focus on a blank sheet of paper. It's a palette you give the spirit to just give whatever message they want to give. And sometimes that works. Sometimes you don't get anything. Sometimes you got to wait till you start to sense something and then kind of sit and meditate. And we do recording. We do audio recordings and stuff still. But I tell them, I said, I have them keep a journal. I said, when we're out investigating, write the question down in your journal, but ask it in your head. Don't speak it out loud. Do you know they get better responses that way than speaking out loud?
That's great.
That's what I've been finding.
Well, I noticed that Because I mean, I just did an investigation at the Emery House last weekend. I went down, and what a beautiful place that place is. And yeah, I never even thought about like trying to communicate telepathically to the spirit through nonverbal. Because I mean, I've always been lucky to get responses verbally, but that's a very interesting approach. I'm kind of interested to see how that works.
You typically will get better responses, asking it psychically or through just in your head. Just think of the question. Ask the question in your head. I wouldn't even call it psychic. Just asking the question in your head, and see if you get a response, whether on a K2 or whether on the audio recorder or whatever. But what I tell people is keep a journal with you to write down the question you asked, so you remember the question you asked.
That would be a good idea.
You want to write down the time and the question you asked, so when you go back to your recorder, you know if you got a response at that time.
Wow.
So there's a little bit to it. There's a little bit more to it, but it does work. And we investigate a couple historical sites near me. Shaker Heritage Society, which is where the Shakers first settled here in the U.S. It's not far from me, over in Albany area, near our Albany airport. And then we investigate Proctor's Theater in Schenectady, which is still a working theater. I was actually just there Monday.
Haven't you done that a couple of times?
Many times now, many times.
Yeah.
And we just did it for ourselves this time, and we had a lot of activity going on. I had this time was strange. They had 3 spirits. I think there's really 2 asking to be crossed over. And I'm a little iffy on that because I'm not sure you really can. I told them I'd try. Because the thing is, we psychics, a lot of psychics will say they crossed them over, but nobody follows up to see if they really did. So, and then people will go back and say, well, I ran into that same spirit again. So you can try to cross them over, but in the end, they have to choose to. Right. And if they don't really choose to, you can maybe see, like, I know some psychics say, I could see them going to the light. You don't know if they turn around, though.
That's true. I mean,
because what can happen, these are, think of them as damaged people who were abused, who went through a lot of stuff. And when it comes down to it, think of it like somebody in an abused relationship. They say they want to leave, and they go to leave. They may even leave for a period of time, but then they go back, right?
Oh, wow. No, it's true.
That's all they know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're supposed to be treated.
Yeah, we really don't know how it works.
Yeah, spirit is no different because spirit is the actual person. This is not us. What's in here is us, right? The light. That's what all your synapses are going on, firing in your brain.
Yeah.
So there it is. It's all your memories, all your everything you are is in here.
And you never know what's going to happen when you lose your physical coil. You don't know what happens next. I mean, it's
no, we don't know what happens next, but whatever it is, I ain't staying here. I may go
around.
I may go to Ellen's house and mess with her.
Yeah, I was going to say he's going to be.
Then I'm leaving.
Damn it, Jack! I'm in the shower.
I'll let you know when I know. That's why I'm in here with it. Yeah.
I'll get
a wet towel. I'll get a wet towel, slap her with it, and I'll be like, "How's it going, Ellen? See you later."
See how quickly it starts.
That'll be the sign, Ellen. You get slapped in the butt with a wet towel. Oh, Jack's leaving
again.
He's moving on.
That's funny. So I was kind of curious. Like, you guys met very interestingly with the whole the bird in the car and that kind of situation. What was the actual first what was the first investigation you guys did together? Like, when did you join the team, and what was your first investigation as the group?
With me, with them, it was our friend's house, wasn't it?
Oh, get down.
It wasn't the Dean. I don't think it was the Dean Winthrop. It was our friend's house there in Connecticut.
Dawn.
No, not Dawn. I was not there for Dawn's. It was, oh my God, my mind just went blank.
It happens a lot.
Yeah. Our friends in Connecticut.
Oh, Sandy and
Frank, yeah.
Frank, yeah.
I think their house was the first thing I did with you guys.
That's right. That's will you get down? I love you.
Their old house, not the one they're in now, but their old house.
Yeah. We went down there, and they thought that they had ties to the Underground Railroad there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it was It was
Yeah.
a
I don't think they
healthy,
did, from what I could find, but I don't think there was. But,
yeah, I mean, it was a healthy drive down there. Hi
Yeah.
there.
but they did.
Uh,
There was spirits in that house. Yeah.
And we got that that EVP, and I was highly insulted. And it was like, you go home now.
Oh wow.
And
That
I
was
said,
like
I
saying,
said,
"I've come all
listen,
this way
we
to
just
talk
got
to
here.
you," you
Deal
know?
with it. I'm
That
not
was in the
going
basement.
anywhere.
Yeah, that was down in the basement too. I remember. It was a kid. It was a kid's voice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was like,
Yeah.
excuse me,
We still have it. That's
disrespectful.
on the website, I think. That's on our website.
Yeah.
I think it is.
That's pretty amazing, actually. You
Yeah,
know,
so if
and
you go to our website, there's quite a few of the EVPs and stuff we captured.
Yeah, clear as a bell. You go home now.
There's some audio, some video, stuff too from investigations.
They haven't had my onion rings yet, so I'm staying.
oh, the onion rings.
When Jack loves onion rings too.
Ah,
I do.
together there must
That's
be
our-
onion rings. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's our thing. Yeah. You don't want to be around us after we eat them, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my
Don't stand
God.
behind us. That's all.
Right, dueling banjos. It's like,
We'll put you guys in the car together. Okay.
You
That's
know,
for sure.
this is no BS. Every investigation we used to do, she used to get up to one of the audio recorders and fart in it, knowing that I was going to be reviewing it.
Did you really?
I never did. I would never.
That's
She
funny.
lies,
I would never.
lie like a rug. You did too.
I would never do that.
No, not you.
You gotta have a little bit. You have to have a little bit of fun when you're sitting there in the dark waiting for
You
things
do.
to happen. So
Don't worry, I'd get even with her.
Oh, yeah. Snaps me with a wet towel. you
Yeah,
know.
no, we never did that. But I used to hide one of the one of the walkie-talkies someplace, and then make weird noises on them.
Oh,
And they think it was something responded to.
nice.
It's never dull.
Yeah.
No,
Never.
that sounds like
I get them going and then go, "What's the matter? You think you're talking to somebody?" Jack, you jerk.
This is
That's
why
funny.
we call, other than calling him Jack to be professional, we just refer to him as Jerk.
That is my nickname. Yeah. Dustin Perry
Wow.
gave me that nickname, by the way.
Who did?
Dustin Perry.
Yeah, that's right.
On
Dustin
the
Perry.
USS Salem. Yep. On the USS
Jerk.
Salem.
Yep.
Before I really even knew him. Son of a bitch is like
Yeah. Didn't
going
we have
around
him
each
tied?
person to ask him, Ellen, you ask a question. Sarah, you ask a question. Beck, you ask a question. Jerk. You son of a bitch. I'm like, do you realize what you just did in front of the whole That's going to be my nickname from now.
Yeah, but we had him
Laughing
tied
at
to
that.
the barber
He was laughing
chair,
his
didn't
butt
we?
off. He was
Hi,
laughing.
Morgan.
Yeah. But I lived up to that, and I never let Dustin forget it either.
Oh, no, you
A week
can't.
later, on his Facebook page, he was on there.
He's like, you guys are fun. I'm going to hang out with you.
You know, remember me? It's your buddy. Big letters. Jerk.
Jerk.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
remember he was in bed with his wife and he was like, oh, I
Yeah, that was hilarious. He told me that story. He goes, "Yeah, I'm in bed with my wife and I'm watching TV. She's reading a book, and you come up on the TV on one of the shows." He goes, "Hey, that's Jerk. I know that guy." Or he goes, "Jack." Maybe he said Jack. I think he said Jack. He goes, "That's Jack. Yeah, I know that guy." I said, "There's a couple things wrong with that. Number one, I didn't realize you even watched those shows. Number two, you're yelling my name in bed with your wife."
And that's how the rumors get started, folks.
There it is.
That's fantastic. It really is.
Hey, you guys, how can people go and listen or see your stuff? Where's your website? How do we get there?
Go ahead, Ellen.
Go ahead. You did the website.
SpiritsofNewEngland.org.
There you go.
Spirit
That's
of New
Spirit's
England.
website, and then my own is just jackkenna.org.
Okay.
So just first name, last name.org.
Not orgy. O-R-G.
No, well, that could be another thing.
Yeah,
too.
but that's a whole other thing.
That's another show, right?
It's all the class.
Yeah.
It's all the class.
That's a whole nother website. Yeah.
Paraporn with Jack.
Airport on the Constitution. That was something that came up in an audio recording.
I wanted to tell you before I forgot. I ran into somebody that always comes to our lectures and everything, and she does a lot of work with the Constitution and the Constitution Museum. And she said that, she's there with, like, when the new sailors come on and the change of command and everything. And she said, let me tell you, they have stories. The Constitution is still actively haunted and nothing has changed. And so she tells them all about us.
Yep. Oh yeah, nothing's yeah.
Nothing's
Those things are always going to be on that ship.
Yeah.
Always.
No.
They're
very
they're
protective
former
of that
crew
ship.
members. They ain't leaving.
I really enjoyed when Ellen, when you were telling us the stories about when your experiences on the USS Constitution, because
Oof.
you know,
It was a good time.
I mean, I think when I was a really young kid, we did like one of those. They take the school buses and they have you troll through the ship and smash your shins on the floor as going through. Oh man!
Oh,
now
Jeremy,
you smash your
I don't
head
think
on the ceiling.
will you stop? I don't think you could even walk on that ship, Jeremy.
When I was a kid, Ellen, I was able to fit through the portals when I was a kid. Nowadays, no, not at
I'm
all.
5'4", and I banged my head on the ceiling there. And I said, how the hell did they run around in battle? I said,
Because they were 5 foot and shorter. That's why.
Yeah. I said,
They were
Hey,
nuts.
I'm 5'4", Ellen, so I
They
get
did
you.
not have good health.
oh
No,
my
me being
God.
6'4", I'd be decapitated. Yep, there's no doubt.
Yeah. They probably have you out on the top of the ship all the time. I don't know that.
Most likely.
Sorry, pal. You gotta stay on the main deck. But we
The
can use
bear.
you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can move the cannons around.
And a bear.
That's pretty cool.
Commodore
So how
Scrappy.
did you do it? I don't know how tall you are, but how did you do it?
I'm 5'10", so I had to
Oh,
duck
so
a
you
little
had to-
bit.
Yeah.
On investigation, he doesn't wear stilettos, so he's
Yeah,
usually
I
pretty
hit
good.
my head once or twice, I think. Thank God, not hard, but
Wear your hard hat. Yep.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than cracking your head in one of those portal things going through a ship.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I did.
We went down into the hull of the ship, down into the bread room and stuff. And
Oh,
the
wow.
powder
remember,
room. Yeah, we
remember
got
the
to go
poor
down there.
guy that he comes around every was it every hour he checks the
Yeah, it
ballast
scared the hell out of him.
to make sure that the ship isn't sinking, and he's like,
Yeah.
you guys are crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, well, thank
I
you.
was all by myself down on the berthing deck, which is where they sleep.
Mhm.
And that guy came through and he spotted me and he freaking ran. I think he thought I was a ghost. He ran down. He comes back up. He runs back up. I'm like,
It's not
see
sinking.
you later. See you later. I didn't say a word, so I think he thought I was a ghost. He's like,
The commander of the ship would not come on the ship with us.
What?
And I'm like, we're there for 2 nights. And I was like, wait a minute. So we're on the ship. We're with 2 guys that don't want to be on the ship with us.
Yeah.
And the commander wouldn't get on the ship.
well, the second guy did. The second guy for the second day, he wanted to be on.
Yeah, Mark was cool.
Mark
was
wanted to be, but
Yeah.
what's his name didn't want to be. Matter of fact, when he saw that door move when we were in the map room, that door opened when he ordered it to. He ran off the damn ship, and I'm like, we can't be alone on the ship.
I went up after him, and he's like, did you see that? Did you see that? And I'm like, yeah, don't burn the ship down.
Had they never seen any activity before you guys came?
No, he hadn't. No, he heard about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
and they'd
her-
seen
yeah.
some stuff on the videos, the CCTV cameras, but he never
Right.
experienced it. And I was the one that told him. I said, because we had one of the other doors open and closing for us, or closing for us. So I said, well, why don't? He goes, did you ask for the door to be open? I said, no, I never did. I said, why don't you? So he looks at the door that we were having some activity on. He goes, come on, Neely, open that door. And the one that was closed and latched, you hear it click.
Click.
And swung wide open. And I'm standing 6 feet from it going, that's awesome. Except I
Wow.
didn't have my camera going.
But you can hear it click
I
off.
look over at him and he went pale white. And he literally goes, that door just opened.
Just
Didn't
open.
it? Just like that. I said, yeah, it did. I got to go. And he left the ship.
Wow.
like, holy shit, can't be here without you.
And like, no, you're leaving
It took
us
him a while
all
to come back
alone
on.
the ship.
It took him a while to finally come back on, but when he did, he stayed down in the video room, in the
Okay.
CCTV camera room, where he could monitor everything, but he wouldn't come out.
When you hear a latch go off on a door, I mean, it's one thing for a door to open. We've seen plenty of doors open and close at different locations. I'm sure all of us have at one point or another. But to actually hear the latch.
Well, you had to turn the
unlock
knob
and get the door open?
completely. Yeah, it was like you had to turn the knob completely, and you would hear click when you did it.
Okay.
And then it swung wide open, but it was shut. I had shut it. It was shut. There was
That's
no.
amazing.
Maybe it's a little open. No, I
Tell
made sure it
them
was
about
shut, so
Jack,
nobody
tell
could come
them
through
about
that.
the bread room, because
Oh yeah, down in the bread
I
room,
could-
which is where they store all the
I couldn't get my fat ass down the
dry goods.
stairs.
and stuff.
Jesus.
It was
We were
little
just joking
teeny,
around. That's
teeny,
where we
teeny.
got the EVP, and we're joking around and go, well, yeah, we report on the Constitution. We'll never be invited back. And you hear, fuck.
Wow.
EVP captured. It was none of us. None of us said it. Nobody down there said it. Because it was close to me, and I didn't say it. I know, because it's not my voice. You just hear this, like, whispery but loud, fuck. So the captain questioned that when he goes, well, wait a minute. They didn't use that language back then. I said, Captain. I said, this is an intelligent haunting. You think they're not learning over the years by listening to all you people? And I see the light bulb go on. It's like, I didn't think of that.
Think of how many times people have said that word when they smacked their head or their shin on
No, sailors all the time.
you know, and
Forget the people visiting. Sailors all the time.
oh yeah, definitely.
Fuck this, fuck that. Yeah, especially when there's no, people around. No,
If you think of the volume of people who have been through the hallowed halls of that ship, and whether they're on tours or whether they were ever stationed on it or whatnot over its entire lifetime, I'm sure that ship has heard more colorful language than you could ever possibly come up with.
Like if you fall off the rigging, land on the deck.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, back in the 1800s, that word did not exist. They didn't have that word.
Right.
That's what the captain was getting at. And I'm like, but captain, it's an intelligent haunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been hearing everything you've been saying for a couple hundred years now. So they're picking up the lingo, pal.
That is very
I'd say
true.
that way to him, but I said they're picking up on how you talk.
One of the things that got him was like, he was like the commander was in my face, and he said, "Do you feel this ship is haunted?" And I just looked at him as sweetly and professionally as I could and said, "Oh, hell yeah." It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And I said, not only is your ship haunted, it is so protected by these sailors. I said, this is the only life they've ever known.
Yeah.
And they are here and they protect the ship.
Yep.
I said, they have a choice. They can go, off to heaven, be with their family, do whatever. This was their life.
That's
true. It is for them back
and
in
this
those
is where
days,
they want to
especially.
be.
Yeah, but back in those days, especially, the Navy was their family.
Yeah. There was, that was
Because
it.
they would be recruited, they would be, consigned
little
as
kids.
kids.
Yeah.
Ages 6 and up.
A lot of them were orphans also.
That too. And
that
even,
really
but
was.
even families who had large families, if they were on farms, they didn't have a lot of options. So they'd sign the kids up to be sailors on the ship, and they actually were called boys. Literally, that was their designation, a boy. And the family would get the money.
Yep. And depending on the color,
Great way to get income
hair,
until they reached this, I think, 16, and then they
was
became
the level
sailor, and then they got
below.
it. But
Oh,
up until
really?
that point, they were taken care of and everything else, and so
Yeah, if
they were
you
well fed, well cared for. They learned, trades and stuff like that, and that's why the families would send them, because a lot of families couldn't even afford to keep the kids.
And when we told people that we had seen this little boy, they were like, "What color was his hair?" Well, it was blonde.
Yeah.
Because a blonde kid would have been up on the captain's quarters.
Yeah, that's
The
why they
darker
had.
your hair, the lower you went on the ship.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
But the
First
blonde
thing
kids
it's like,
were kept.
what
with
color
the
was his hair?
Catholic.
You know, like you're full of it. He's blonde.
Yeah, that's what Beck saw.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what she saw. Blonde
Yep.
kid peeking around the door. Yep. We can still get that footage. That's hilarious.
that is a riot.
Because she just it stunned her. It shocked her. And she's like, I'm like, what's the matter? Beck?
She's walking backwards and stammering.
And she
And
doesn't know.
Jack's like, what's the matter?
You see a shadow figure? I said, shadow figure. He said, no, I saw a face. It looked like a little boy. Blonde hair. He's looking through the door that we had moving for us. Like,
In the
really?
captain's
Oh, shit.
quarters.
I didn't see it. I didn't catch it, but
Yeah.
she saw it. I believe her by the look on her face. She saw it.
Oh,
That's amazing. It really is.
And there was a lot of other evidence that added up. We actually caught his voice on the recorder several times.
Okay.
That night and the next night.
yeah.
And
Lauren remembers that. And
he's
the
a
bear.
he's a prominent spirit on the main gun deck. Yeah, that's where he spends his time.
That's really, really cool. It's amazing you guys actually get to have that opportunity to investigate that
That
amazing.
was.
All it took was
thanks to Ellen for
writing an email. I said,
Really? Wow.
I live 20 minutes from the Constitution.
Yeah.
What can it hurt? Hi. I've been
Yeah,
coming
true.
on your. I've been visiting you since I was a little kid, and if
Yeah.
you ever want,
Don't let anybody ever
always hear the
tell you
shit.
different. We were the first paranormal team to investigate that ship.
Yes, you were. I know that I've talked to Ellen about that before.
Don't
And,
ever let anybody tell you different.
I mean, we got ghost hunters on there.
Well, we didn't get them on there. They got themselves
Well,
on there, but
you
they
know,
were interested after they saw our evidence.
Yeah. And,
like
me
I always say,
following Jason
know,
going,
Yeah.
Jason, you got to do this.
Yeah.
But they had to, because they're on TV,
Yeah.
they had to get permission through the Navy.
And they
and
did.
all
They
that stuff.
got it. Yeah.
We were we weren't allowed to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Could
figure.
not say a word about it.
Yeah. So after they did their show, it was like, that's it. We're talking
2
about it.
years. And then
Really?
I get
Yeah.
the phone call
We kept our promise.
until that guy called.
Yeah, that's right,
until the
too.
guy called me at home, and he was like, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah, they gave him the
blah,
information
blah,
to
blah,
just
blah.
somebody who was visiting the ship. They said, talk to these people.
And I said, wait a minute.
Okay.
We
I thought
can't
we were-
say anything, and we investigated there for 2 nights. But you're handing out our business cards to people, and I've got strangers calling my house saying that they had somebody next to him whispering in his ear, and that the ship's haunted. And I said, really?
Yeah.
And I said, so you all have our business card, but we can't say anything? Oh, hell no.
Yeah. That's when we
That
started
night I was
posting it,
all
yeah.
over Facebook, and I said, we
Yeah.
kept that promise for 2 years, but now you're
Since you're advertising it, we're advertising it too.
you're giving strangers
I
my
don't
phone
blame you at
number.
all. That's really, really cool.
I
You know,
said,
We kept our promise. That was the
we
thing.
kept
We
our
did
promise,
keep our
2
promise.
years.
That is pretty awesome.
That is
You know,
cool.
Ellen, earlier you had we were talking before we started, and you were going to shamelessly plug this man's author abilities because you have a plethora
Yes.
of books that I wanted to talk about. Could you go through the list over here and maybe Jack give us a little bit?
I'll have Jack talk about it. He's got his books on Amazon.
They're all on
This-
Amazon.
Excuse
Type
me.
in my name in the search field; they'll all come
Yep.
up. And
This
you got,
was based. This
Go
was
ahead.
one of the saddest cases. It
it's based
was
on an actual case.
an
A
actual
little bit of
case,
it is made up at the end.
and Jack had it done in a comic book form.
I did.
Wow.
We got a lot of
Did it-
crap
I
about.
always wanted to do a comic book, so I did that.
And
with
it's
a
like
comic
it's
book.
not a comic book.
Wow,
Does it look
graphic
like
novel.
a comic
it
book?
is. It is. I
No.
guess you would call it a
graphic novel.
graphic
Graphic-
novel, right?
graphic novel.
It's all one story, right? It's short, but it's all one story.
It was just something new. But Jack, talk about your books. I could
And
rave
then
about
the
my
next book, the next. Actually, I think that's the last thing I did, or the second thing I did. I can't remember. The
Jack is a
graphic
very
novel.
good
Then
author.
I wrote a book that I self-published called Hauntings, Ghosts, and Demons. Ellen has that there, which is some of our paranormal investigations, which are played up a little bit. It's a kind of a based on thing,
Okay.
make it interesting and stuff like that. And then I had a story in the back that's completely made up about a possession case. And then there's some things in the way back that are talk about personal things about me, things I actually did, first investigation kind of things I did, stuff like that. So all that's in there. But yeah, so that I was surprised when people read that. The feedback I got from people in the paranormal is, I learned investigation techniques from that book. I'm like, really? I said I didn't think about it when I wrote it, but I did put in how we investigate.
But look at my boobs. How cool is that? Hot, I'm telling you.
Ellen's to my left. Yeah.
Fantastic.
All the things.
I was
in the
like,
book.
damn. I haven't been that perky in years.
Well, the guy asked me, he goes, do you want to look like yourselves in the book? I said, God, no. Make me look better, please. Make us all look much better. So he did.
Make me perky.
I said, I'm a comic book. I don't want to look like me. I look like better than me. Like Fake Jack on the TV show. So I wrote that book, and then I wrote that book, and then I wrote.
Thank you. See,
the book I
Christy
teach with,
appreciates my
which is-
jugs.
Yeah, then I wrote the book I teach with through Schiffer Publishing. It's actually published through Schiffer Publishing. Paranormal Research, a comprehensive guide to building a strong team. That's what it's called. And that's the book. I wrote that book to hopefully teach classes with. That's the whole reason I wrote it. So all the
This
stuff
book
in those
is
books,
fantastic.
yeah, all this stuff in those
this
books
is
is really about real investigation. The cases in the back are what we actually did.
Jack, you sign this.
Yeah.
Ellen, you have great jugs. Oh, love you, Jack. That's so nice.
Not what I wrote. I could. That's not what I
I
wrote.
could.
But
No, I mean,
so even in the back, there's several investigations. It's the actual investigations we did, what we actually did on those cases, and one of them is the Constitution, and so they're a little bit long, and because I covered everything, because the Constitution was 2 days, and I covered everything, what we did the first day, what was finished, going back to the hotel, reviewing audio and video that night, so we could kind of get an idea of if we did get something and better questions to ask the next night and stuff. So I go through all of that, and then what you really need to do if you're going to take this seriously.
Okay.
So, but I do it in a fun way too. I mean, it's not a dry read. I don't think. I try to make it fun and interesting. I don't get too much into technical detail on how the inner workings of audio recorders, but I do talk about settings you want to use and stuff to improve your chances of capturing EVPs and stuff like that. So.
Okay.
Things that people are really interested in. Nobody wants to know that it runs at this many hertz for this. Blah, blah, blah. Nobody wants. They don't want to know that.
No.
Most people don't even understand it. Just tell me how to use the thing. So that's what I do. How to use it. I tell
So how
them
many books in total have you written, Jack?
Just those. I've been working on another one, but it's slow. Because I've been teaching, so it takes up a lot of my time.
I mean, shameless plug for you, Jack. I always have these books next to me. I always go back to them for just to, get on the right path, because you don't confuse people. You're like, okay, so this is this. This
keep
is
it
this,
in layman's
this
terms.
is it.
Yeah. Keep it in
I mean,
layman's terms.
Jack knows that I have the computer skills
Thank
and
you,
the tech
Christy.
skills of Q-Tip. And
I have to set up a recorder for every time we investigate it. Just walk up to me with it and go. Show you every time how to do it.
Jack,
Set it up. Okay. All right. Takes 2 seconds.
I had nobody to learn from except watching Ghost Hunters and everything. So I just kind of adapted my lack of experience to what I was seeing. Thank you, Christy. Yep. His books really are amazing.
So it's 3 of them. You have 3 books, or was it
Yeah,
4?
the graphic novel, the one kind of fun read book, which I guess people get investigation hints and tips from. So there is that, and then
Yeah.
the one serious book for that I used to teach with. Yeah,
Right.
Okay.
You know, when you read a
like I
book
said, I
and
teach. I
you're
don't
like,
have time to write anymore,
everybody,
and I'm doing cases still. I'm still working cases,
Oh,
private cases. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do a lot of that still. So where's the
Hey,
time?
Jeremy, I hope you don't mind. Guys, what is your, I know you guys are like legends, let's call you.
wow.
So,
In our own minds.
In our own minds,
Okay.
yes.
well,
Perky legends, yes.
Perky legends, there you go. Well, what's your favorite piece of
Perky.
equipment?
Sorry, one just
Well,
fell out.
beyond myself,
Yeah, buying yourself.
audio recorder.
Gotcha. Ellen, what's yours?
Because
I,
let me- yeah, go ahead.
I was goofing off. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, okay.
What's your favorite piece of equipment besides yourself?
Jack.
Yeah, I kind of am for her, actually.
Okay. Jeremy, what's yours?
Besides myself,
Yeah.
the recorders don't lie. You know, I mean, you can interpret stuff, but if I've got it on the recorder and I can play it back and I can sit there and go back to what happened and say, yeah, we really did catch that.
Yeah.
You know,
We're not
because
talking about
it's when you
clicks or whispers.
it's
These are
sometimes it's hard to
voices.
hear the evidence because you're like, oh my god, did I really hear that? Did that
Sometimes
really
you just
happen?
miss it all together too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not when it
No.
says bless you after you've been sneezing.
Yeah,
That happened.
I think I told you about that with Jack was having a sneezing fit at the Fairbanks house.
Yeah.
And my daughter and I, you know, we had already said, God bless you, God bless you. All right, all right, all right. Die, okay, fall over in the heat. We stop sneezing.
Yeah.
And you hear this, bless you.
Yeah.
I was like,
And then
Wow.
the weird thing is,
that was, I mean, Sarah and I were ready to cart him off and lock him in the trunk.
the weird thing was, it started
Very-
the minute I
very
entered that
very
room
polite.
upstairs,
Bless you.
and it immediately stopped the minute I walked out the door of that room.
Oh wow.
Uh-huh.
That was my reaction to the spirit in that room.
Well,
Sneezing.
stranger
pretty
things
cool.
have happened. Yeah.
It must have
I
been really
know. It
tough.
was like,
That's
will
all I
you
could say.
stop sneezing for God's sakes?
Maybe she was stirring up the dust in that room. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Could
I
have
don't
been.
know. But that was my reaction to it. Yeah. That's one thing I noticed people don't notice when something strange is happening to you. Don't just assume
Nope.
it's just something it's physical. It could be your reaction to spirit,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you know. And that's why I say, if that's going on, step out of the room and see if it stops.
Yeah.
If
Thank
it does,
Thank
okay. Now step back in and see if it starts again.
Mhm.
And that's when you maybe want to focus on that room because there's
Sneeze-
activity going on.
Sneeze this up.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I never heard that one. That's interesting.
I haven't heard it either. No.
No.
Well, I lost my entire soul that night then.
Oh my God.
A lot. Yeah.
I lost a lot of it at least anyway.
Oh,
That
God.
went on for almost an hour.
Remember that house we were at? And you know, usually I don't get affected by stuff. I mean,
Oh,
Jack and my daughter will walk in and be like, "Oh my God, look at the hair on my arm. Look at this. Can you, do you feel that? Do you sense
You're a
that?" And I'm like,
pickleball.
"No." And we went to this house. I was sick as a dog from this
Yeah.
house. I ended up, it was in the middle of winter. I went out and I was on my hands and knees throwing up on their porch,
Oh wow.
Well, we figured out what that
Yeah.
was.
feeling as dainty as onion rings. Yeah.
No,
So it was,
no. The EMF in that house was so freaking hot.
oh, every
She wasn't the only
room
one
had
getting sick. People were
tech
getting
stuff,
headaches.
tech
I mean,
stuff.
it was like
It was suffocating.
if you pulled out a K2, it'd be almost pinned.
Oh,
And on the actual digital reader, it was like 90
oh, everything was
something.
oh,
wow.
everything was off the charts.
The entire house.
But
The
I've
wiring
never
is-
been,
is
I've never been
crap in that
affected by
house.
that.
Yeah, that much. Yeah, enough to make people sick almost immediately.
Did you
I had
guys
that
check
feeling a lot at the Hinsdale house personally when I
Oh
was
yeah, that
at Hinsdale.
that place is
I've
crazy.
never had problems with that there. No.
No,
Yeah.
the one time I went there, it was the energy in that place was extremely high.
Oh, the energy in that place can be really, yeah, especially in the basement.
Oh yeah.
There's something not happy in that basement. I'm not saying it's not demonic, but I
I
think it's.
told you about the bathroom with the door next to the toilet.
Yep.
It was like Jack's outside going.
Yeah, there's a door there now, Alan. You don't have to worry about
Alan, shut up.
that. Bathroom's been redone. There's a door on that spot now.
Yeah, I
The door.
know. I heard the door is gone.
Yeah.
Chris
so
is
there's
asking a question, if you guys don't mind. She's saying, why do EMF meters spike on the living?
because you're giving off energy.
Yeah, everybody's got
Or do you have your cell phone on you?
Oh, that's
That's
true
true.
too.
Some people don't think about that.
Everybody
When I
carries
get
it on them.
notification, I ask everybody, put it on airplane mode or just cut it off.
Yeah,
Leave
that's
it
what we
on.
tell them. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I teach them.
That's the way I learned.
With you, turn on airplane mode. Even if you're going to use an app, it's got to be on airplane mode, or that app will be affected by the signal.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
So yeah.
All right, Jeremy, your turn. What's your
If she
favorite?
didn't have, let's say she didn't have a phone on her and it was still doing that, it could either be something else maybe she has on her she's not thinking about that's electronic, or it's just the energy she's giving
Nothing
off.
on you. Okay.
No, it's true. You know,
What's
I
your
mean,
energy then? Yeah.
So it says nothing on her. So it could be the energy you're giving off yourself.
yeah.
Ellen,
But-
we've had
when you
an
asked
air
about
put
my-
a K2 to my chest one time and it was going off.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, it's not my pacemaker either.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have one. So
He doesn't have a heart.
I don't have a
Wow.
heart. either.
Oh, come on now. He's got a
I am
heart.
heartless.
Well,
I am heartless.
Wow. No, you know, I'm
But
more
yeah,
of
I
an old
do.
school
I can
person.
cause a K2 to go off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jeremy. Sorry.
No, I definitely. I'm more of an old school person. I use my dowsing rods. I use my own intuitions. I actually got into using an old tape deck. I found it at a yard sale with all brand new cassettes, and I would actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
'cause
yes.
I don't like those
That's
newfound. So actually, believe it or not, this is. I don't want to take up too much time, but I actually got the idea by one time investigating with John Zaffis in Salem at one of those during the Salem Con one year.
Yeah,
We were doing one of those things, and he had that tape deck thing. You put it on there, and you hit the record and the play button at the same time, so it records. And I started playing around with one of those. I bought it at a flea market for like $5.
Yeah,
And
it'll work. That's all there was at one time.
it did, and honestly,
Prior to that, it was reel to reel.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes. I've done that before. That was interesting.
Yeah.
I have a couple of mini
Love
recorders
Zaffis.
too, but they don't really work very well. But for some reason, that tape deck with the full size tapes, I bought the whole thing with the cassettes for like $5-10 for everything, and you know, it's been interesting. I mean, I've gotten a couple of interesting voices on it when I didn't think I was
a
going
small
to.
handheld one with the mini cassettes.
Yeah, for some reason, I haven't had any luck with that. With the one, I bought one of those too, and I haven't had any luck with that one. But for the full size one, I'll just leave it on a table, hit the record button, and do an EVP, do like a question and answer session with a bunch of people, and then they rewind it and play it back. And gotten a couple of things on it, so it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Like I said, they work. Yeah, absolutely, they work. That's all there was at one time. Like I said, so
I've been leaning more towards old school.
Yeah, technology.
Dowsing rods were one of those things that I was like, come on,
I love mine.
I got her to use them.
And
Nice.
there goes Jack with the, because I'm watching people and I said, are you moving your hands? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? And then I started researching about them and I was like, damn, find water, you get all this stuff. And when we were in that house in, I forget their name, in New York, the one with
yes.
with the knocking door and nobody was there and everything. And he's out there with them, and no matter what he asked, they would cross or not cross, and he was following them.
The guy at one point used them to find a portal in the woods. You got to watch that whole show. It's on Hornet Cave. I think it's on Paranormal Survivor. So you gotta watch it. But I used him to
Hey,
find
Matt.
a portal in the woods behind
Thanks
it
for coming in.
that
Yeah,
his
Matt's-
daughters had created
That's pretty cool, man.
because they were into witchcraft.
Yeah, that was. She,
Yeah.
who were they after? The wife
Him.
and the
It was
it was
it was his ex-wife and
Ex-wife,
the two
yeah.
daughters that were after him to try to kill him
Oh wow.
so they could collect insurance money.
that was a very
I mean, I can't prove that, but that's basically what it seemed to be. But he never died. He didn't die from it. No. But he was having some really strange illnesses and stuff that the doctors couldn't even explain.
Poison,
Somehow
maybe?
his intestines got twisted.
mhm.
Somehow
Ooh,
doctors couldn't explain.
Oh, and they forgot to get us toilet paper, and we had to go out.
Yeah, they forgot, and I had to
I'll be
run down to
back.
the store to get toilet paper.
wow, that's pretty
The night we
crazy.
investigated.
Jack's like, go behind the hedges. No.
Just busted out her.
Is he gonna watch out for you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I ran down the store and bought toilet paper. Too.
I was like, are you serious? You've got how many people here? And oh,
You,
God.
you didn't leave toilet paper in the bathroom. Good job.
That would be horrible.
Okay, spare bathroom, granted, but still.
Gotcha.
Jack's. Oh, look, I got one ply. Here, we can all share.
Yeah, what's good with the head?
Hey, I
Wow.
got what they had. What do you want?
At least you got some. You have to use your hands. You know, that's
Yeah,
that would be even worse.
Could use the newspaper, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah. Coffee
Oh,
filter.
God.
You have
Yeah,
to.
one of my books. I don't know.
When you're-
Did you go back to that house?
I went back a few times. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a very yeah, and he found the portal in the woods. he,
It's on the show. It's on the.
he
it's on
went
the-
out there and he found it and closed it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's on the show. Yeah. Again, I think that's Paranormal Survivor.
Paranormal
That's-
Survivor.
Oh,
I think that's-
maybe,
I think that's
yeah.
season 2. Yeah, season 2
Yeah.
of Paranormal Survivor. Pretty sure that's what it was.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, interesting stuff. You come across a lot of interesting stuff over the years. You know,
we
Can't
did-
imagine.
we
a lot of
did some
interesting
pretty
cases.
wild
And I, my advanced class, I teach the students how to use divining rods too.
Okay.
Yeah, I give them the history of them, and then I teach them how to use them. And it works. People can't believe they can't believe it works. I take my set of keys and I hide it somewhere in the building, in the school. Not too far, just like down the hallway, and I usually hide it underneath the trash can or something like that.
Yeah.
They don't know it. They don't know where I am. 'Cause
Is
make
Jack a
sure they
jerk?
stay in the room, and my counterpart watches them. So then I come back and I take a couple groups at a time and say, okay, use the rods and see if they'll point you. Think
I like
think
that.
in your head, where are Jack's keys? Show me where Jack's keys are. And they'll find them.
Isn't it amazing? I mean, when I first got I got my dowsing rods and divine rods. I'm so connected to them. It's like my favorite piece of equipment to work with,
Yeah.
because 99 out of 100 times that I use them, they always are on point. And I can't say that about any of the other electronic equipment I've tried to use over the years, whether it's a
Right.
K2 or or your ghost boxes or your portal boxes or anything of those natures. To me, the fancier it is, it's almost a waste of time. But that's my personal opinion. I'm more of an old school.
Some is, some isn't.
Yeah, I mean,
the
they're
only
really
issue
cool.
with like using divining rods and stuff are great. The only issue with
No,
is you really
Jack,
can't present it as evidence.
Jack freaks me out with the pendulum
Oh
Uh-oh.
yeah, magic's
because
Yeah.
I'm using it and it's like, okay, no. And
Yeah,
Jack,
when we're looking for
I wanna
portals,
keep your
that's what
hands
they're talking
still.
about. Yep. When we're looking for portals. It's mine isn't so much a pendulum as it's
Yeah,
Saint
it really
Benedict's
does
metal.
work.
Well, it's a St. Benedict's metal,
Oh, okay.
and I just hang it from a thread, and I'll hold it in front of where. And I was taught this by a good friend of ours, psychic medium, 6th generation psychic medium, and you'll hold it in like the center of a doorway or a window, and you'll see if it begins to swing like a pendulum.
Oh,
If it does, you've got a spirit portal there. If it doesn't, there's nothing there.
wow.
And then when you close it, she's amazed when I close them. And then we hold it back up there and nothing happens.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
important to close those portals because they can cause more damage than good.
Well,
Sometimes.
yeah, that's where
Right.
spirits coming in and out of the house from, you know, or moving within the house.
You were closing so, and you were standing there and you were going like this, like you were stitching, and it was like,
Yeah.
okay.
I've been
And-
taught to envision a torn piece of fabric and you sew it shut.
Yeah. And I couldn't do that. And he was like, watch
Yeah, she's right.
I'm
You feel the
doing.
energy coming from. I didn't catch
You
you
know-
said that, but that's what you feel. Yeah.
you know,
And
things,
that's what the pendulum or the whatever you have picks up on. That's why I like to use a metal object because
Yeah,
it's
you
picking up
usually
on the
use-
electrical energy.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Some people use crystals. You can use crystals too. They don't work
I
for
do
me.
love my
very well.
crystal. I have one that's pretty plain. Honestly, it's
Yeah.
very plain, and it's I think it's a leather little
Okay.
piece of leather and a
Yep.
crystal on the end of it, and it's nothing else. And it's like my favorite crystal anyway, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
crystals
it.
don't work well for me for that. Needle and thread does, just a needle and thread.
Yeah,
Wow.
But I do like my because it's metal.
Yeah.
So, but I do like my my St. Benedict's metal. It's only a small little metal.
right.
It does the job. That's the most
It
important.
does the job. Yeah.
years.
And it reflects to my belief system. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
My God, where'd the time go? This episode, we just flew by.
Yeah,
didn't we?
it's over an hour. God, thank you guys for coming on so much.
always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you're welcome.
I want to pose my end of my show question because I always do. Speaking of spirit,
Yes,
which
I'm
we
watching
want to-
WrestleMania.
Oh, and there's your WrestleMania. I'm not going to be because I'm actually going to be in Salem on Sunday. So
Sheamus.
Yep, shameless plug for Sheamus. Absolutely.
Third year he's missed it because of all his body parts. He's getting old.
Jack, I want to pose it to you first. So I always talk about like I'm a big person in horror. You know, all the way from the golden age, from Dracula and Frankenstein, all the way to current. Who are your Mount Rushmore of horror characters?
Oh, I'm torn between.
Christopher Lee.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's always talking characters, but yes, Christopher.
He's
Lee.
my boy.
I was just going to say between the vampire and the mummy.
Between
I'm torn between the two of them, but Christopher Lee, yeah, and
He gave me a great hickey. Let me
what's his
tell you.
name for the mummy there? Yeah.
Nice.
Actually, I have the NECA figures of them.
Oh, do you?
The toy figure NECA figures, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm definitely an old school kind of guy. I love like the Frankensteins and the mummies and the Dracula.
Yep.
Honestly, my favorite of the black and white old ones is probably the Invisible Man. Have you ever seen the Invisible Man? That's
Yes,
amazing.
I've seen that. That's a really good one too.
It gave me
I laugh every time I see that movie.
Yeah.
That movie is hysterical.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, it's a little hokey too, but for the time it was made,
It's
it's pretty
great,
very good. It is
Yeah.
cool. It is
Yeah.
great. The original Phantom of the Opera is good too.
Oh, I agree. The old one from the 1920s.
Yeah.
The original one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that one too.
Yeah. But Dracula and the Mummy is my two favorite characters. Let's put it that way.
That's cool.
I like that.
Ellen, how
You know
about
what?
yourself?
You know why, Jack? Because you
We had
suck.
this before, but I wanna make sure that who are your top four baddies?
Hmm?
Yeah, I'm posing the question to you because I know we did it before, but I wanted to check and see how your top four horror characters and see if they're
Mine?
yeah.
Nobody touches Christopher Lee. He's my guy.
Christopher
And
Lee.
of course, Mr. Barlow from Salem's Lot.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a good one too.
Gosh.
Yeah.
that's really
That's a good
cool.
Yeah.
Gwen, I never posed a question to you. Why don't you answer the question while we're on the
I gotta agree about Dracula, and I just do. It's honestly it's kind of fascinating. I love the books too, so it's not just. And
Yeah.
of course, Freddy Krueger scared me when I was little, and just
Oh,
just scared the crap out of me. Let's see
Yeah,
who else now. Jason Voorhees, because I have a friend that plays him,
right.
Oh,
and he'll dress up. And honestly, I know who it is, but it'll still make you kind of for just a minute.
Yeah.
I think honestly, I have maybe the three that I really
That's
like.
okay. It's an open-ended question anyway.
It is.
yeah.
It's
I
just,
never liked Freddie that much because I'd always be like, dude, the sweater. Gotta go. You know.
I agree with that. But now I do have one more, and Jeremy knows this, but Wednesday Adams, and I know she's not traditional, but
She still
Wednesday.
counts. I mean, she's still in the horror fictional category, you know, goth kind of thing.
She was always great, even in the old show. So,
I like the old ones, but when this one, you know, the newer ones came out, I was like, you know what, I like the old ones, but this kind of makes it even better.
What's her name playing her there? Yeah, she did a really good
Jenny
job.
Ortega, she does a great job as Wednesday Adams.
Yes.
When I grow up, I want to look like her.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Me too.
Or someone higher.
I want to say thank you very much to not only my special guests, Jack Kenna and Ellen MacNeil, but also my great co-host of the evening, Gwen Johns. I'm Jeremy Cotter. This is Twisted Tales, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, for showing up.